The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, always is your man, Ruben, in the house tonight. And, of course, with me, of course, is my homeboy, Mo B. What's going on, Mo B?
Not much, man. Just chilling.
So, before we get started, I'm going to give a shout-out to the Average Joe shirt. That's dope. I mean, look, man. I mean, Dodgeball is a low-key, dope-ass movie that a lot of people don't give credit for, but that's dope. Shout out to Average Joe's. Shout out to that shirt.
Did you say low key? Low key? Man, who does it like that movie?
I mean, it's like a cult classic. So, it's one of those, especially this generation, this newer generation, they don't know nothing about that, man. I asked somebody about something the other day. It was like 1990s. And they were just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was just like, sad people, man. I feel bad for you. Yeah,
how's that sad? That's like 30-some years old, man.
I understand that. But
I feel like it's reasonable for people not to know about shit that happened 30 years ago.
Sure.
I bet if I start naming some shit that happened in the 1960s, you'd be clueless too.
I mean, yeah, that means
exactly.
That's like 60 years ago.
Yes, but that's an age thing. That's what I'm saying. To young people now, the 60s are your 60s are what the 90s are to them.
I mean, I hear that, but when I'm talking about people like I had, no joke, the other day, I dropped the Audio 2 reference, man. It was lost. On some people, man. My heart hurt, man. I mean, Audio 2 had one real dope joint that I feel like everybody should know, but I get it, man. I hear you. It's sad,
I think you might be overplaying the dope joint.
First of all, that song was dope as hell. Like, I understand that was a little bit for your generation, but we need to be respecting Audio 2, at least on that one joint. Because I can't sit here and say nothing about the album. I mean, but that one, I mean, hey, man, Gizmo's chilling. That's all I'm saying. Top billing, baby. Like,
having a relevant song doesn't mean you had a dope song.
So are you saying it wasn't good? You say it wasn't dope? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think it was dope.
Okay, and that's fine for you.
Now, for the times, it was very relevant. But when you talk about a song that has like longevity, nah, I don't think you can play that song now and the generation be like, that goes. There's some classic songs that you can play now, and even the younger generation who ain't heard it before will be like, oh, that slaps. I don't think that's one of them songs.
That slaps. All right. I hear that. I mean, hey, man, you're right. I mean, I gotta keep reminding myself that I'm old as shit. And like, it just hurt my feelings for a little bit, man. Cause I dropped the verse, man. They just looked at me and I was just like, like my fear is one day I'm gonna drop a Tribe verse and somebody's gonna look at me and I'm just gonna walk away. Because I feel like I'm gonna drop, industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady, and somebody's gonna look at me now. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like,
anybody under the age of, say, 30, maybe even 35 ain't gonna understand that reference, Ruben.
Man, and that'll be so sad.
Why? You're just old, and they're not.
I know, man. I know, but it's just like, that's been the rule. That's been the industry rule for ever since it came out. That's been the industry rule. If you do that sort of thing, and I mean, hey, but you're right though. I gotta stop thinking that these kids like understand what history is and stuff, and they're gonna take the time to go back to understand that. So, because right now history's being changed, because I don't know of any president that has gotten shot at more than this guy. I mean, last night, the writers' press congressional dinner, man. Like, that's when they take the time to joke on Trump, like, and joke on the shit that we're in. And somehow somebody got in there and it like shot a gun. Like,
well, let's be fair. They didn't technically get in.
No, they had a hotel room in there already. Like,
but what I'm saying is they didn't actually get into the dinner. They tried.
Bruh, I'm just saying, like, I guess my biggest thing is it's like, I don't know of any president who has been shot at more than Trump. And I say shot at because nobody or somebody has attempted to kill him more than Trump. Because at least in the history that I know, it's been at least 4 times already. Somebody's tried to get at that man. And like we were briefly talking about it last night. And I mean, man, I think it's important to really bring that up because it was hilarious, and AG, who is in parts unknown tonight, he said that he got to be the most elusive president ever. I then said, or it's maybe the worst security ever, because you're right, he didn't get in the room, but damn, he was in the hotel with some guns, and now it comes out that apparently, like, he was living in that hotel, and apparently he had a shit ton of guns and a shit ton of bullets, and I'm just like, hold on, man, we're doing this at I don't know, man. It's weird. I guess it's weird that this also wasn't like this dinner is not considered one of those major security risks.
I mean, actually, it is, but I mean, it's still a hotel that's open to the public. It's just
Maybe
the part.
shouldn't
It's just the part where the dinner is sectioned up. I mean, look, man. I know. Look, man. Believe me, I would love to just like shit on everything and be like, they all suck. But realistically, as much as everybody is going to be like, hey, this should have never happened, technically security worked.
No, you're right.
They didn't get in the room, and like at a public venue, when the president's at a public venue, technically, like the goal is to make sure nobody can get in with the shit. And technically, he didn't get in with the shit. He was close.
Not that day. No,
he was
not that day.
outside. He was outside with the club. But I mean, what Chris Brown said, you can't even hate from outside the club. You can't even
get in. Which is a hilarious line about
I mean, the truth of the matter is, though, it's like I feel like most people, not most people, there's a large sector of people like me that's just become so cynical to everything that I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't think nobody's really trying to kill this dude. These all seem like publicity stunts, man. Like, I mean, look, I haven't paid any attention to it since last night on purpose because I was just like, look, man, I'm not in the mood. But when they were first talking about the preliminary stuff, like nothing about this dude sounded like radical terrorists to me.
No,
that's suspicious. It's like usually when these radical terrorist people do stuff like this, people be like, oh yeah,
Al Qaeda,
Yeah,
they get revenge for Iran. No,
there
it's
were
just some
some
white
signs.
dude apparently. Just some random white dude.
I mean,
Like-
look, in all fairness, Ruben, it usually is a random white guy. Just in all fairness, like, look, I know a lot of people will be like, hey, you know, white people like, what about the black on black crime and blah 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 blah. But you know, usually when we talk about like terrorist things, mass shooting things, like just general crazy people killing motherfuckers, generally the description is random white guy.
Remember the dude who hid in the bushes of the golf course last year or 2 years ago or whatever? Sitting there waiting there for days for Trump to come by so he can shoot him. What? Who does that?
And look, if there's any white person out there that's listening to this and like, hey man, you're doing the race shit again, just be honest with yourself. You remember the DC sniper? You remember how shocked we were that dude was black?
Oh my
Like
god!
everybody was
I mean,
like, what the, whoa.
And real talk, hold on, real talk. The dude was African.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying, Ruben. But generally, the description doesn't involve pigmentation.
He wasn't a black American.
Once again, usually the description doesn't involve pigmentation for matters like that. We were all surprised. We was like, wait a minute. First of all, this dude was outside of Piccadilly shooting. Like, come on, bro.
He climbed up a couple buildings to shoot people. Like, man, doing too much goddamn work.
I'm not trying to make light over like mass shooting and murder. I'm just saying, white people, if you honest, like y'all was just as surprised as we were when that DC sniper was black. So with that being said, if you were surprised that somebody was black, that means typically you were suspecting, just like the rest of us, random white guy.
I mean, Columbine, the shooting at any school.
Once again, like usually when the shooters, it's like the SNL skit where they were like doing the like the news story and trying to see if it was black or white.
Oh yeah,
it's like, yo, as soon as it comes up, 1-0. Oh, yeah, that was y'all. That's y'all.
I feel like we were undefeated until the DC sniper. We were whatever to 0, and then
I don't know if we were undefeated. That's but for the most part, like we it was a 16-1. It was a 16-1 matchup. You know what I'm saying? And a 16 has beat a 1 before. Shit just don't happen that often.
Not at all. So Moco Cowboy is like, wonder if it'd be used to justify a certain type of room that's under construction to curb certain executive residents. I mean,
he was already talking about it. He was
This
already talking about it.
is
Like,
why I built the ballroom, so we don't have to worry about this no more. Like,
and look, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, if anybody truly thinks that, let me not say truly thinks, I'm sure some people actually have, they're entitled to their own opinion. I'll give my probably radical opinion. He didn't want to build the ballroom because he wanted to build a ballroom. He didn't want to build the ballroom just because he wanted to have some White House legacy. He's building a castle because the motherfucker never plans on leaving.
I mean, you've said it numerous times.
I mean, he just doesn't plan on leaving.
And plus, if you do it at his house, guess who gets paid? His people. So it's like it's another Trump building that ultimately is going to fail and get close.
If the midterms elections don't go extremely blue, like a lot of people are suspecting it's going to, if it doesn't do that, man, don't be surprised if you see a moat and a drawbridge around the White House soon.
Hey man, we got to send a Trojan horse in there. I mean, man, all I'm saying,
be some drawbridge that's got to come down.
Look, I'm glad nobody got hurt, through all this.
Well, nobody got seriously injured because somebody did take a bullet. It went through hit the bulletproof vest, but still, bet that bitch hurt. Like,
and now he's gonna get an award for that because that's what happens.
Which he should. Like, I
guess
as much as we minimize like the whole idea of us being heartbroken that somebody's trying to take Trump out, because I really don't promote violence, and I honestly don't think, for as much as I joke about like how he ain't trying to leave, truly the one of the worst things that could happen is this dude be assassinated.
Oh God.
That's like one of the worst things that can happen. Like it just don't make him a martyr. And then the MAGA people will be even louder. And then somebody who actually has more intelligence but just as much evil in them will take over. Like look, man. Like I'm not saying ride it out because I don't want to say ride it out. We need to vote him out. But I mean, the assassination
Well,
is not the move. It's just not the
now,
move.
well, once again,
Massive heart attack. Hey,
they have those predictive, the things you can predict. You get paid for stuff like that. I saw it on last week tonight, a couple weeks ago.
with them
First of all,
Cassie.
first of all, that shit's funny. Like the fact that you can predict like anything, and get paid for it. That's hilarious to me. But more importantly, it's like, I wonder, man. I wonder if there's some prediction out there about.
I'm sure there is. But first of all, if somebody is out there betting serious money on predictions, motherfucker, you have a problem. Like, look, man. I think gambling in our country has got a bit, not just our country, gambling in general has just got out of control. But now we just gambling on like predictions, like
it seems pretty stupid to me.
Like, yo, man, how much adrenaline do you need to live in life? Like, cause I'm good, man. Like, I don't like the gambling on sports to like have some skin in the game. Why can't I just enjoy the game? Like, why do I have to have like some skin in the game for something that I have no control of? Maybe I'm just a control freak, but like the idea of like really gambling on shit that I have no control of just don't sit well with me.
I mean, it's interesting. And like just watching that episode last week tonight, it was just like, hold on. That means, first of all, A, people spend time on coming up with these questions. But the worst part about it is B, people spend time on putting money on it.
Who are the odds makers? You know what I'm saying? Like who are these odds makers?
Like it's if you haven't watched it, it's good because it gives you a lot of information. But to me, it just tells me how fucking stupid it is. But hey, man, I the way I look at it is just like it's like betting on anything. I mean, I ain't gonna front. I got fans.
We need a parlay on life. Like literally, that's what it is. It's parlay on life.
Like how many times that like the president's gonna mention something in his State of the Union? Bitch, you know who our president is. Like, like what? I don't understand because what you think he's not gonna mention Sleepy Joe, bitch.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, like this prediction betting is probably the only reason some people pay attention to politics, because like now they're just like, yo, I have vested interest on paying attention. I guess that's me just trying to find some type of positive spin on people just gambling on the future.
I guess I'm not, I haven't been much of a gambler. Like I said, I do fancy teams. Every once in a while, I'll put a quarter on something because, why not? I don't think I'm ever going to get to that point where I'm starting to, is the sun going to be out tomorrow? What? Like, I just got better shit to do. Even when the better shit is nothing. Right? It's better than that. So, yeah, man. Shit's crazy. The funny thing about it is, I feel like I can make this statement. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right when I make the statement. I feel like there have been more potential assassination attempts on Trump than it was on Obama.
I mean, I don't remember that many assassination attempts on any president. Yeah. Now, granted, apparently you don't really hear about all the assassination attempts because usually I guess they nip it in the bud before it even happens.
Oh yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, hey man, people
Or
really want to take him out, and people are like, and he's using it as like means you have great impact, but yeah, all impact ain't positive, baby. Like,
nah,
just
man.
like you know
Maybe it
what, a
just
lot of
means
people was trying
you
to take
just suck.
Hitler out too. I'm just saying, a lot
Yeah.
of people was trying to take Hitler out too.
Yeah.
A lot of
Maybe
people
it
was
just
trying to
means
take
that
Napoleon out. Like, it's
people
just,
hate you. I mean, people hate you on your job.
I mean, he was talking about all the positive people. Like, he was like, oh, Abe Lincoln, Martin Luther King. I'm like, yeah, but those ain't the only people that's been killed. There's been a lot of people killed that like weren't doing good shit because people wanted them dead because they weren't doing good shit.
And furthermore, is he putting himself in that category? Like
Yeah,
what,
that's what he did. That's literally what he did.
bro? What have you done positive for the country?
Hey, look, man. If his supporters can compare Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King, nigga, anything is possible, bro. Anything is possible.
I
Which,
guess.
like, honestly, it's that statement alone is so preposterous that like I don't even have it in me to get upset at people saying that
You just
because
shake your
like
head, man. 'cause
I can't possibly fathom that any creature is that fucking stupid. So it's like I can't even take it serious.
yeah,
And the thing is, I know some people have probably been dead ass serious talking about Charlie Kirk is the modern day Martin Luther King, and I'm just like, then you're fucking stupid. And I hope you never allowed to procreate. And if you have procreated, I hope your kids succeed in spite of you.
there are so many levels that are just wrong with that. I mean,
I
that's
don't have
just,
no problem with anybody saying they support Charlie Kirk or I liked Charlie Kirk. First of all, I think something's wrong with you if those are the statements you can make. But you know what? I can live. You know what I'm saying? I can live because
yeah.
two people can see, the same thing in two different ways. But when we start saying modern day Martin Luther King, I'm just like, hey, bro, like you spewing out more stupid than it should be allowed legally.
I mean, they're close to their stupid limit, because after a while, that karma's got to come after that. Because that's just a dumbass statement. Not even just the fact that they compared him to Martin Luther King. It's just a dumbass statement because you're basically saying he did some things that Martin Luther King did. And last time I checked, I haven't seen Charlie Kirk do any marches to.
I mean, I guess they'll say the bold thing he did was challenge people's views in public forums, and I'm just like, look, man,
there are a lot of people who did that.
If you want to say Charlie Kirk is like a tremendous advocate for free speech, I'll ride with you on that. Like,
that's fair. Yeah,
I think that's reasonable. If you want to say anything short of Charlie Kirk being a hero, then yeah, anything short of that, anything above him being like a piece of shit human being, I don't agree with you on. But like, hey, freedom of speech. You have the freedom to do as much and say as much and think as much dumb shit as possible. But you know what, man? After a while, saying so much stupidity should be considered pollution. And we gotta have some laws and limits on how much like just stupidity you can just throw out into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. If you want to make a law on that shit. Like,
yeah, so yeah, man, like your boy Don just really compared himself to all these.
You call him Don. That's funny.
Yeah, your boy Don, your boy Donnie Warbucks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean, broke bucks? I mean, like what?
Nah, Donnie Warbucks, man. Like, cause he's throwing all this federal money that we didn't have for shit like healthcare and child education and shit that could actually help us. Like, but nah, man, we got enough money to take out leaders in other countries that didn't necessarily seem like they were actually threatening us. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that's like America shouldn't involve themselves in anything in the world because, at the end of the day, we're in the world too. So if you let shit get out of hand, like I get it. We have the power, but like we didn't do this because we felt some threat. We did this
Yeah.
because, a certain leader in a certain country that it seems like we're very beholden to said, "Hey man, we got to take him out."
Yeah. I
I don't like his get down. Got to drop a dime on that nigga.
mean, yeah. So, that Mogul Cowboys need to increase the budget to 1.5 trillion. And Keviago said that already happened earlier today. And I'm just like, these, we're stupid. Our leaders are stupid.
But we can't fix healthcare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We can't fix his gas price.
We can't invest in like child education because we're really falling behind every year in the world education.
Yeah.
Like we talk shit about Iran and like I think their education level is higher than ours as a country.
There's a lot of education that's higher than ours, and it goes back to that episode of the Newsroom when one of the guys I guess he was talking in front of a bunch of kids, and one of them was like, "Why do you think America is the best country in the world?" And
he's like, "We're not."
Yeah. And then everybody's like, "What?" And I was like, "No." And as he listed, where we rank at certain things, I was like, yeah, we're not. But, hey, all because we got this thing called freedom, everybody thinks we are. And it's just like, maybe for you, ladies and gentlemen, but not for the rest of us. And that's where the problem is. So, all right. So let's move on from that. I guess let's go back in time. Because last week was the big vote in Virginia, in which it was closer than I thought. I think it was 51-49. So we have given permission to change the landscape,
Judge
the
blocked
political
it.
landscape. So we can create 4 more Democratic seats.
It's on the Supreme Court now, though, because the judge blocked it.
Yeah, I mean. The interesting thing about that is, if this gets, blocked by the Supreme Court, so are we going back and blocking everybody's shit? Like, because, there are some other states have already done this. So that'll be interesting to see, which obviously, if that happens, that'll reverse everything. Which still,
I don't know if it would work that way because I think each individual state would then have to have at least one judge step up and block it. And it, maybe,
but I think that's what will happen.
Maybe you're right.
I believe you'll find a judge in every state who will just literally say,
"See, but the problem is the reason the judge blocked it because they said the vote They said they didn't get the vote in a timely manner. So in the other states that did it, didn't put it up for vote. So it's nothing for a judge to be able to block. So technically, no, I don't think the other states could do this.
Now, I don't know the timely manner thing.
Yeah, I think it was like 90 days or something like that. I don't know.
That sounds like we pulling some shit out our ass type.
I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. And it's delay. Because, they're trying to delay. Because if they delay it past midterms, it's irrelevant.
Well, but the interesting part about it was in the places, well, not really all the places, but Texas, it actually
it kind of backfired because Democrats won some of the seats.
Yeah. So it's like I get it, but you've lost seats in Texas due to this already. So it's like, okay, I think that I have a couple different thoughts on it. was kind of always on the fence because part of me is like, yeah, we need to do this shit to protect ourselves. But the other part is like, I don't really like just changing rules in the middle of the game type shit. And so, that's kind of, I went back and forth with it.
Yeah,
Because
I can totally understand how somebody would be like, "Yo, man, I'm not for gerrymandering," because technically, this is what this is.
Yeah.
Even though Democrats will try to do the high horse thing, and be like, "Well, they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it first. It don't matter. It is gerrymandering."
But I'm not for gerrymandering anywhere.
Yeah, I said I'm not for gerrymandering any way. So I feel you on that. Like, part of me is kind of torn on it too, but
Yeah.
I guess where I will kind of say that, like, I mean, of course, I'll be honest, I voted yes because I mean I see what's happening,
Oh, I did too.
but
I'm not crazy.
but I personally gotta say I was proud of Virginia because I didn't think they were going to do it and it wasn't because I didn't think enough people like cared or would do great. The campaigning was so
Mhm.
confusing
Oh
for a
yeah,
lot
definitely.
of people, and I personally did not give our peoples enough credit because I thought when they took all these Obama quotes about gerrymandering and stuff and then said, say no to gerrymandering, I thought, oh man, there's going to be some people that totally don't understand
And I
what the
think they were.
Republicans are doing. And I'm sure they were. But I guess it wasn't enough and it wasn't loud enough to sway. And shout out to the white people, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, way to come through for your boy.
Well, I think what I found most interesting was the percentage. Like basically,
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, 51-49, bro. Like, if purple ain't us, I don't know what we are because we are purely a purple state, especially with that type of voting. Because I think a lot of people, so you got some people who are definitely yes, you have some people definitely no, but then you got a bunch of people who are just like me. I don't know if we should get in the habit of just changing motherfucking rules and shit when we feel like it instead of just going the path. Now, once again, I voted yes too. However, I'm not going to say I felt good about it. I'm going to say
I
that
feel you on that. Like, because it's like, it's not going to end. It's like, all right, we did it. Now it's going to be
exactly.
a couple more states going to try to do it too. So it's like, this shit just going to keep going.
And I just really felt like, I felt like I was pushed, right? Because I just feel like, these commercials are all over the goddamn place. Like, I thought somebody was running for the re-election, bro. It was crazy. There's so many commercials, and I was just like, I was sick of
surprised
seeing
so
it.
many people voted. Like, honestly, I was surprised so
Yeah.
many people voted.
Yeah,
Because usually these type of elections don't get like a hell of a lot of people, a lot of traction voting.
Brent, I voted yes. It felt great.
But see,
I mean,
here's the
ain't nothing
thing.
wrong with that.
Now, here's the thing, Ruben. I felt great too, but like I understand your point. Like I was just
Yeah.
like I felt great about it, but what I didn't feel good about is I'm just like I know this ain't an end.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I didn't feel good. I'm like, man, this ain't
Yeah.
an end.
We gotta do what we gotta do, but we know this ain't the first nor the last time this
Like
shit's
Trump's greatest impact on politics has been the fact that he has totally made it so you can't even pretend to
Nah.
like have ethics. Like on either side. Like you can't even pretend to like and the number one thing is like the Democratic Party for a long time has been Florida Evans in this thing, man.
Yep.
They've been like so trying to be high and mighty on stuff that nothing gets done.
See, Mocha Cowboy Toe, it's 48% turnout. I mean, so like, yeah, either half Virginia was like, I'm either A, not getting involved in this shit, B, I don't have the time.
But for this type of election, I think that's a really high number.
That's a very high number.
That's a super high number.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
no.
I ain't got the numbers to prove it, but I mean, I'd like to think.
I want to say it was somewhere
'cause
around
I think
3
I've only
million
voted
people.
in one. I think I've only voted in one special election before in my
Yeah,
life.
I want to say it was like I felt like it was like 3 million people who voted, but once again, that's huge. And I found it interesting. I think where I found it most interesting is the fact that it was so close. However, before Fairfax came in, it was like 55% no. And then, of course, the Democratic stronghold came in, and they only won by 2%. Like, in some states, that's a revote for certain things. In Virginia, nah, man, it's good. If we'd have won by if it would have been won by 1 vote, that would have been good. But I was very shocked because it's just a weird date. April 21st. Just such a weird date. But I think you have to have it out for a certain length of time. You can't just say, hey, we voted on this and do it in like 2 weeks. I assume it's got to be like a 6-week thing, which gave everybody time to really put their money into it, So the other thing is that it gave us the ability to do that. However, I also think it's one of those things where, you know what, we might keep it in our back pocket till we see what's going on. Because, I guess the other thing is they have to do it. I assume they have to do it by like August or something, July, August.
I have no idea. I honestly
don't know what the
how
time
it
frame
works.
is on that. But, they may just not
I
do
think
it.
they've already redrawn it. They've already redrawn it. So now it's just a matter of if it's going to go into
I've not
effect.
seen it.
Yeah, I think they were showing it like on CNN and stuff. I think they've already redrawn it.
I mean, what they probably did is put Western Virginia by itself, and you carved out Virginia Beach, and you carved out certain parts, and then everything else is blue. It's probably like very blue, super blue. We'll do some research on that. We'll try to find out. Maybe next week we'll have a different map we can show. Because I'm now very curious about it. Because honestly, once I found out the results of the vote, I ain't gonna lie, it's been kind of out of sight, out of mind. I'm just glad all the damn commercials are gone.
Yeah, that shit was getting super annoying. and you know who was probably annoyed? Damn it, Obama. Because Obama had to actually make a commercial just to be like, hey man, they using what I said out of context. You know what I'm saying? I support this.
I mean, bitches, man. What are you gonna do? So awesome. So let's get into our question of the day. Very simple question of the day. And I'll tell you how it came about. But before we do that, I do want to bring up the fact I need to give Moby a shout out because last night, as we were talking about this shooting at the congressional at the dinner, I literally brought up
another old man reference that you'd be mad that young people wouldn't identify.
Yep, but it was dope as shit. Because after Moby pretty much talking about controlling the narrative, blah blah blah, and I was like, or those people try to take him out work for Cobra. And of course, if you know Cobra, that's G.I. Joe, and them red fucking beams never hit shit. And of course, Moby is like, LMAO, and went Cobra, which was you made me happy there, man. You made me happy with that because I was just like,
look, I'll be honest, man. You know why I didn't really F with G.I. Joe? For that very reason. It's like, wait a minute, all these special ops people can't hit nobody.
They didn't hit
nobody
shit.
ever gets hit.
Like, you see the blue beams, you see the red beams, and nothing hits nothing.
Like,
I was like,
I'm not saying I wanted motherfuckers to be taken out every morning on Saturday morning cartoons, nothing. But what I'm saying is, like, we've talked about it before. Transformers hit motherfuckers. Like, Optimus Prime died. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a kid, let me feel like the stakes is real a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't have all these special ops people. I got ninja assassins and stuff, and y'all motherfuckers can't hit nobody. Y'all 15 feet away from each other shooting.
It's the worst shooting ever.
Shit blowing up all around people, but don't nobody ever get hit.
Nobody gets hit. Nothing. Oh man. That I'm not gonna lie, man. That's like one of the funniest things about G.I. Joe is because it's like 30 motherfuckers shooting at each other. Nobody gets hit. And I'm
Only
just
thing that
like,
ever got hit was that NBC star saying "the more you know" at the end of the episode. That's the only thing. That's the only thing ever got hit.
Joe shaking, doing fireworks didn't say too much. No, he did. That was funny. He did not. Ah, man, fucking G.I. Joe, man, Cobra. Not gonna lie, man. You made it. You made a guy feel good, man, with that one.
Once
'cause
again,
was
I
just
got
like,
I got the reference right away, but I was just like, "Hey, man, you better not try that reference with anybody under 40 because they not gonna get it."
I mean, look, I'm just gonna show it because it's hilarious, real quick. Because he even put the picture up here, which was really the dope part, man. He put the picture up there. There it is. Cobra.
I mean, look, man. First of all, I didn't even have to dig for that picture, which is the problem. Like, it's just in my phone. It's just in my
What?
phone.
Why is it in your phone?
It's just a standby meme. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just anytime motherfucker shooting and missing, like it's just Cobra. Like,
oh, that was hilarious, man. Shout out. I had to give that shout out before we continue because the little kid in me like was happy as shit last night, man. When I saw it, I was like, "Thank you, somebody got it." I was really mad. AG didn't say nothing, so I'll deal with him later.
I get like G.I. Joe references. I got you. Transformer references. I got you. You start breaking out some He-Man references or something, I'm lost, man. Like I ain't got nothing, man. Like it wasn't really before my time, but it was just enough before my time where I won't really interest. It's like making a Voltron reference. Like, I know what Voltron is. I might be able to pick up some of the Voltron references, but honestly, man, that ain't my generation.
One more real quick that he also had.
Oh, that's hilarious, and I made that myself.
Yeah, that was classic, man. I was weak when I saw that. Trumpets quick. Oh shit. I was weak, man. I saw that. I was like, yo, I'm done. I had to turn my phone off, man. That shit was hilarious.
I was gonna find the picture of his ear bleeding. It's like, but I was like, nah, man, it's doing too much. I don't want it to seem like I'm celebrating the idea of this man getting shot. But I am gonna joke on the fact that this motherfucker don't seem to ever get hit.
Not at all. I mean, because they're hitting it with the red beans, man. Shit goes. You just don't hit nothing. I guess you get what you pay for. So, awesome. All right. So, question of the day. Once again, pretty simple. So, Moby, are you a do-it-yourself person, or are you a pay somebody else to do it person? As far as like stuff around the house and things of that such.
Depends on what we're talking about. I mean, I honestly, like, that's such a broad question. It's like there aren't some things that I won't just be like, I ain't about to pay nobody to
Like,
do
if
that,
you're
but
gonna build some shit.
Depends on what it is. Like, I built some shit in here, and there's some shit where I'm just like, yeah, I ain't trying to do that.
Anything in particular that
I
you ain't trying
mean,
to do?
like, like mounting the TV on my brick fireplace. I won't trying to drill
that's a
into the
good point.
brick
I
and
wouldn't
do
do
all
that.
that. I was like, nah, that ain't my speed. You know, in the walls, yeah, me and my boy Terry, we can handle that. But on the brick, nah, man, I'm good on that.
You had to call a professional, or you just didn't do it.
I pay somebody to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and look, man, like part of this is like, you know, how broke are you? And I don't mean that like in a derogatory manner. I'll just be like honest, like, man, like when I started to make like some respectable money, some of the shit I was willing to do on my own shrink. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
your time became a little bit more valuable.
Yeah, what they say, time is money, and I was just like, yeah, man, I could not do this and be okay. Well, I guess it's mostly faster. Like, I wasn't cutting my yard as much, probably for health reasons and stuff too. But like now, it's like somebody come do that shit like every 2 weeks, man. We don't even have to say nothing. Like, I wake up one morning and I hear the lawnmower going, and I'm just like, you know what, man? I don't necessarily miss doing it. I'm good.
How much you pay for that? Out of curiosity.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Because it ain't my expense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The wife pays for that.
yeah, it's like a gift. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Hey, I'm tired of seeing you struggle do this, so I'm gonna get these people that do it a lot better than you do it anyway," which is true, and it's fair.
You're not a grass cutter, man.
And they do it quick.
You're not a grass cutter.
It's not that I'm not a grass cutter. Like, I'm an old school grass cutter. I got the push mower and everything. You know, they come pick up the truck. You know what I'm saying? He comes rolling out the truck on his standing mower. He's like, 25 minutes, he out. And like me, I was like, it's like an hour and a half.
They don't weed or nothing?
Oh, they weed. It's two of them. Dude come out, he's riding on the mower, and the other dude's up there lining shit up. Next thing I know, it's quicker than a haircut. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn.
Shit. Your wife be balling. I'm pretty sure that's not cheap.
Man, I want to say it's like 60.
Every time they come do it?
Yeah.
That's 120 a month, bro.
Hey, man. Y'all be looking good, though.
Can't have money, buddy. Can't have money.
Once again, I said, I started this thing and said, look, man, a lot of it is how broke are you? Now, I'm not above doing it. Like, if we was like, hey, man, we ain't got this money, I mean, I go out there and cut it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. I hear you.
But I mean, I'm not somebody that takes super tremendous pride in doing everything myself. Because I think some of that is pride based. Like when people are like, I want to do it myself, save some money. I'm like, sometimes you ain't really trying to save no money. You just got too much pride to say you paid somebody to do it. It's like car stereo stuff. Like I used to do my own car stereo stuff because I knew how to do it.
Yeah.
And actually it's technically easier to do it now because they got so much like things to make it easier.
Boom, boom, boom.
But at some point in time, I was just like, man, this technology is kind of getting past me with some of this stuff. So my cousin does it. I'd be like, hey, man, I'll come help you. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know how the stuff's done.
Yeah.
So if I need to fix something, I ain't got to wait for him to do it. But like, yeah, man, I ain't got too much pride to say I don't know how to do something.
Okay. Cool. So you're definitely, for the most part, you're a pay somebody else to do it guy.
Once again, it really just depends on what it is. Because I mean, there's some things that I'm pretty sure there's some things I won't pay nobody to do. Like I won't pay nobody to deliver me no food. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not doing that. I can go to the store and do that shit myself.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny because like my dad asked me about that, and I was like, I mean, honestly, I used that company once, and I told him, I was like, look, I was sick, so I couldn't go out. But most of the time,
that's convenient thing. Like if I'm sick, if everybody in the house was sick and we needed stuff, cool. I'm not above it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, yo, I got 2 legs. I'm in decent health. Grocery store not far. I can go get my own shit.
Yeah.
The meal plan things that the prepaid meals and everything that people get, like the X Factor and all that. I'm kind of above that because I'm just like, yo, I'll just do it myself, man. Like if I know how to do that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like an expertise thing too. Like if I'm good at doing shit myself, I'm not about to just pay somebody just to do it.
Nah, I hear that. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I did the meal plan thing for a little bit. I'd rather just cook it myself. I feel I've done a couple different ones where the food already comes done. You just got to heat it up. I've also done another one. They give you all the materials and then you cook it. I mean, that's cool and everything. Like,
well, that's kind of cool if you don't know how to cook because it's like you can actually learn how to do it. So I'm not that's different.
Yeah,
that's different if you're like acquiring a skill in the process.
Yeah, but I knew how to cook. I was just too lazy to go buy because it's like when you're trying to really cook something, the real talk is it's like a whole bunch of different things you got to get. And I tried this because I was just too lazy to get all the small things you got to get. And so, like I said, it was cool. I mean, it was cool. It came with everything. So cooking was, I don't know if it was easier. It was just different. I mean, but once again, I don't mind cooking. And at this time in my life, I got too many damn toys to sit here and be doing stuff like that. because literally I feel like I got enough. I call them toys. I got enough cooking things here that I can cook. I feel like I can cook almost anything without issues. So if I know how to cook it or if I can read. So, you know. Yeah, as far as me, I really wasn't a do-it-yourself person. I think I became more of a do-it-yourself person based on like getting the house and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Just
that'll do it. Because I
yeah.
mean, we did some stuff around here that, like, I don't know if I would like painting. I'm not above painting. I don't mind painting, but like we whitewashed our brick fireplace. Like that was
Mhm.
something me and wife did together, and I was like,
Yeah.
I would have never done this just on my own, but I was like, why pay somebody to do this? And she, of course, she YouTubed all of it. It was just my job to like kind of
Follow
do it.
structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, it's so like for instance, like the grass thing. Yes, I cut my own grass. Um, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Part of it is because I'm kind of cheap on stuff like that. But the other part is because, I can do it. And it's exercise because I'm not a small dude. So anytime I can get out in the yard and do some things, I probably should. Um, Moko Cowboy asked me about the lawn, cut the lawn yet? Yeah, yeah. I cut it a couple weeks ago, and then I cut it further down because it was looking like a jungle at the beginning of the month. And then the next week I cut it even further down. So now it's pretty low. But it's grown up. I have moles or voles or whatever in my yard. So right now I got some grub killer out there trying to get rid of those cats. Hey, what's going on, Scott? Long time no see, man. Long time no see. Um, so yeah, I'm doing some yard work. Couple weeks. I put some weed killer down a couple weeks ago. So a couple weeks I'm gonna fertilize it. And I went out there today and got some leaves and stuff up. I mean, yeah, it was like 60 degrees, but I was just like, the sun ain't out. If you're gonna do some hard work, don't do it when it's freaking super hot. Like, I'm a fan of not doing that. So it was, 6 degrees. I had my sweatshirt on and some sweatpants, and I went out and did some work today. So, looks better. I had to get rid of a bunch of leaves and stuff. There's a process to my yard I got to do, but yeah. As far as now, yeah, I'm becoming a do-it-yourselfer. The problem is when you're becoming a do-it-yourselfer, but you don't know how to do it yourself. Things are mixed. There are times when, you know, um, you do some shit and you do it right. Yay. And then sometimes you mess some shit up. But it's your house, so it's like, that's what it is.
And
Oh,
see, and
Scott.
and that's what my thing is when I feel like sometimes the pride thing comes into it.
Hmm.
Because like, you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna fuck up my shit. Like if
Oh
I'm if I
yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
truly clueless on how to do something, like somebody else gonna have to do this, man. And
yeah.
like
I
I said, I
mean,
might try to take it as a learning opportunity where like, look, I want to see how it's done. But like I ain't about to just be like, oh, I saw a YouTube video and it seems pretty easy. Like, I mean, sure. But if I
yeah,
still don't really feel
exactly,
comfortable with it, like, nah, man, I ain't about to be out here fucking up my shit. Cause then it's more expensive to fix your fuck up.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I haven't messed too much stuff up. Um, the biggest thing I think I've learned, which is scary, is living in apartments for a long time. I really didn't put a whole bunch of stuff up, and I did that more on purpose than anything else. But it's just like, you got to make sure you find the right places to hang things. Like I have like if you look up here, I got a rack. You know, that was a couple times ago, and I had to make sure I find the right place because you can't put it in drywall; the bitch gonna fall.
Yeah,
You
stud
know,
finder. You had to find a
yeah.
stud finder.
So I've had to learn things like that, because once again, I think one of the biggest reasons why I moved so much is because I've always wanted to do certain things, but then I realized this don't belong to me. So eventually I just become unhappy there because I can't do some things I want to do. Now I'm in a place where I could do whatever I want to do. And so I take that time to do that. Now, I'm not going to lie. Like, I've tested myself in a couple different ways and realized that, hey, man, you need some help. I got the help and it got done. You know, there are a couple other things I'm looking at doing, you know, to the yard and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, I think what I've realized is there are certain things I probably can do and build. But you're right, Moby. What I'm not trying to do is mess shit up and waste a bunch of money. So I've decided to take a different route on a couple decisions. So I really wanted to build a deck, partially because to save some money, but the experience of building would be fun. But then I think I've steered away from that. There's part of my yard in the back that doesn't really grow grass, so I think I'm gonna build something on top of that, you know. And that's not too hard and stuff like that. It's just I gotta get it done, and I gotta make sure I have everything prepared. Blah blah blah. So I think that's gonna be a project for me. That way I can entertain in the backyard, stuff like that. But yeah, you know, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, Scott. No, everything's good, man. I appreciate you. Hope everything's good in you and your family as well. You know. And Brent say he worked at 2 home improvement stores. Hey, you know what, man?
Gotta help you get some shit done.
That's right. But more importantly, at the end of it, he also got a whole bunch of people. How you doing, Kate? Same. It's been a minute. But yeah, so when it's all said and done, I think that in our lives, we are going to be one or the other. Sometimes we're going to be a little bit of both. It really just depends on what, like, we are dealing with, you know?
I think most guys are a little bit of both. Most guys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind putting stuff together in the crib. Like, I've done a lot of that, desk, bed, stuff like that. So that's cool. I think for me, it's more the outside stuff. Like, dealing with power tools, that ain't my play. So, like, I need somebody else to help me with that. But, I mean, yeah, we, you know, we'll get it done. You know, I have become more of a do-it-yourselfer there, you know. And I think literally it's because I have a house now. I own a house. And it's like, hey, you know, if you do it yourself and you mess it up, that's kind of on you. But if you do it yourself and mess up at somebody else's place, that's really on you. So, you know, the financial part always becomes an issue. Well, sweet, man. What's on your mind, Moby?
Man, so I wanted to talk about, like, the Trump thing, but I think we've exhausted that. But truly, what's really on my mind, man, is like just bragging. Like my oldest daughter, last weekend won Virginia or the Richmond Youth Laureate Poet.
Yeah, you tell us about that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she's like even deeper in it now, man. Like, so it's
Okay.
it's really awesome to see her like, cause now she's, you know, she's a affirmation person too. So she got a little piece for it. So now it's like, I need another fix of that, like people saying I'm good at something.
Mhm.
So now she's just all about it. And you know, I'm all for it, man. Like in a world where like I can get so bogged down with just like stupidity, like, you know, what goes on in our White House and politics and shit. It's cool to just, you know, I understand why people was just like, hey man, if you take care of home, you can find happiness. Because like, you know, the more I see my kids like excel, the easier it is for me to deal with like the stupidity that goes on in the world. It also makes me sad for them because I'm just like, you know, what the fuck are we leaving y'all? Because I
True that.
mean, we've just fucked a whole bunch of shit up, and we're just hoping that y'all can fix it, which really is unfair. But I mean, hey man, children are our future, man. Go out there and be great. I guess that's all we're telling them. Like, you know, we believe in you.
We
So
got you.
Yeah, because we sure as fuck couldn't do it. Like, look what we voted in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't trust us. Like, hey, please be better than us. Because
Can't
we
trust me. Can't trust
obviously,
us.
yeah, because we obviously don't know what the hell we're doing.
That's that affirmation for your ass right there.
I'm just saying, like, because when we were younger, we were like, I don't know. I'll speak for myself. When I was younger, I wanted like people like my grandma and people of that age to like be like proud and be like, hey, I really see myself in you. And now I look at the kids and I'm just like, I hope I don't see none of us in y'all because we are the problem. We are the problem.
I mean, can't sit here and call you a liar on that.
Yeah, man.
But
So like I said, man, like just I'm blessed and fortunate to have like kids that like me, and I'll say me, I'm a participant, but the real person that's poured all the love into them is my wife. But I'm just glad that like they're way more like her and they're like their desire to do good than they are like me. Not saying that I'm a terrible person, but like I won't really out here trying to save the world. Like and they got a lot of like I want to make the world a better place, and I got a lot of that's a lot of none of my business in me. Like just you know what I'm saying? Like I'm good to those who are close to me, but like they're good to everybody. And it's
those days.
I'm just not. It's a character flaw, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like the person that's like, hey, I want to be great and save everybody. I'm like, nah, man. Like I'm my circle. Like I take care. Now I won't let nothing bad happen to you if I can help it, but like, my girls are truly amazing people that go out of their way to make everybody else life better. And I'm just like, I don't know what I did to deserve it, but it's cool to see it. It's cool to see how much of a failure you are through your kids. Cause I'm just like, they're so much better than me. They're so much better than
But
me.
aren't
Like
they supposed to be though?
no, that's the goal. That's the goal for every parent.
Yeah.
I want them to be better than me, but like I can't even like front and try to take credit for it because I'm just like, nah, y'all just I don't know where y'all got it from. Y'all just better than me, and I'm glad. Like y'all are my redemption. Y'all are my redemption. And
Nice
that's
way
all
to
that's on
put
my
that.
mind, man. I got amazing kids that like one day somebody's gonna tell the story of me and it's gonna be good because of them.
I hear that. All right. Yeah, man. Sky and Kate told you to teach your children to love and not to judge.
I
So
mean, that's that first of all, that's one thing I'm good at. Like, I don't be judging nothing. Like I got my opinions, but the judging, like, nah, man, I got a lot of strong opinions on things, but like judgment, not really coming from your boy.
yeah, awesome. Thank you. All right. Well, so my mind's very simple. Like I am, everybody. If you've been listening to the show for a minute, everybody knows that your boy is still dealing with the foot situation, and I guess I really haven't talked about it in a while. So here it goes. Had a brief small surgery on it a couple weeks ago. They put uh, um something on top of it to accelerate the growth. For whatever reason, that name, the word of it, I can't remember right now.
Skin graft.
Skin graft. Thank you. So they did that. They sewed it to my foot. And so it was there for 2 weeks and stuff. And somehow they sewed it to my foot, but I was able to, unfortunately, my bandage came off and it came with. So there's that. It didn't hurt because neuropathy, man, I'm not going to front. It sucks until it doesn't, but it still sucks, right? The one thing I can definitely say, because I had neuropathy in my foot, I have felt almost nothing in the past 2 years about the pain that's probably happening on my foot. So, is it a good thing? Not really. Sometimes it is though. So thank you for that. even though I'd still get the phantom pain, which is it's interesting when you don't have two small toes, but every once in a while you feel like you have two small toes. I don't be understanding how that works, but it is what it is. So went to the doctor last Wednesday, checked it out. He said it looks real good, clean. So I asked him, I was like, so how long? I mean, what are we talking about? He said it shrunk down considerably. It's 2x4. Now, I believe the word is centimeters. So it's pretty small now, apparently. So, I was like, so what's up? He's like, well, honestly, ask me next week. He put another skin graft on it, and they put a soft cast on it like they always do because I can't stop walking. And he was saying 6 weeks. So, like, in June, this shit could be all over, which I'm super excited about. Almost a 2-year journey. Actually, over a 2-year journey of healing my feet. So right now we're just doing what we got to do. We're keeping stuff together. Where there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm excited for it. However, I'm not out here doing crazy shit. Even though I did do yard work today, that's about normal. I'm still not walking. I probably do about 2,500 steps a day, and that's just with work and all of that. So it's not like I'm out here like, doing like 8,000, 10,000 steps when I'm outside. Nope. Part of me is still lazy. And so that's a benefit. But yeah, 6 weeks. There's our countdown. So super excited about that. I can sit here and dwell on the couple surgeries, the 2 lost toes, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? When it's all said and done, I'm still here and I walk fine. You don't need, 5 toes to walk fine. The whole running thing is left to be decided, but that's because I'm fat. So we're working on that too. But yeah, 6 weeks. So I'm hoping 6 weeks I can give a better, I can celebrate a little bit. So I'm happy for that. Because I literally told my doctor, I was like, I really want my summer this year. And he was like, I'm going to try to give you back your summer. So I thought that was dope. Good guy. Like, 2 years, you kind of get to know some people. But the only thing I can say right now, I'm happy. I'm happy. Light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to get there. And I appreciate everybody being there with me as we get there together. So, with that being said, once again, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to this episode. Thank you for conversating with us, hearts and all that stuff as well. Just remember, tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. We are here live Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here. Apparently, other countries listen to us as well. Don't know why, don't know how. Interesting. But yeah, we're out here and we like to thank all y'all for listening to us now or listen to us on the podcast. Of course, 5minutewarning.com. Please spell out the 5. And as always, thank you to JTD Creations. They're getting their site together. And please, 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 if you need any type of clothing or embroidery and stuff, that's what they do. Once again, they do not tattoo or embroidery kids. That is against a whole bunch of laws, and I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble. So, once again, thank you for being here with us tonight. And as always, we'll be back next Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you get us and get your podcast. So, once again, thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Peace, love, hair grease, soul.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5 Minute Warning.